everyone. A very good morning to all of you. I hope you all are doing good. So now we are going to start our next chapter. That is chapter 9, Cyber Ethics. In this chapter, we will learn about what is cyber ethics, what is cyberbullying, what is computing ethics, what is spamming, what is hacking. So we will learn how to do the safe browsing, how to do the safe searching in the internet, and what we should not share on the internet, like our password, our personal detail, our bank details. So let's see. Now we will see the definition of computing ethics. What is computing ethics? Computing ethics is basically, it refers to the principle or the etiquette that must be followed at the time when you are using the computer system. It is a set of procedure and ethical practice that must be regulates the use of computer. It focuses on ethical implementation, use of computing resource, and include issues that are raised by the new technologies. So we must have to follow some rules at the time when we are using the internet, right? So this it is the meaning of the computing ethics. Now what are the rules we must need to follow? That are the: do not use computer technology to cause interference in others' work. Do not spy on any person computer's data. Do not use computer technology to steal information. Do not contribute to spread of the wrong information. You have to avoid using the pirated software. Do not use someone else's computer resources without an authorization. It is wrong to claim ownership of a person which is the output of someone else's work. Before developing a software, think about the social impact it have, and we have to be respectful and with the fellow members while communicating on the internet. So these are the rules and the principles which we need to follow at the time when we are using internet, and there are many more rules, but these are the compulsory rules. Now we are going to see the unethical practice, and the first definition of the unethical practice is plagiarism. Plagiarism means making a copy of someone else's work without their consent. That is the meaning of plagiarism, right? So when you are making a copy of any other person's work by incorporating it into your work without their acknowledgement, that is the meaning of plagiarism. So plagiarism is become very easy with technological advance like web searching and copying pasting work. It is very easy to copy and paste someone else's work, right? So now what are the steps we need to take to avoid this plagiarism? We have to rephrase the material if we are using any other person work, right? We have to use the quotation mark around all the quoted works of the another person to avoid the plagiarism. In the educational sector, students should be encouraged to present their original and innovative ideas. Even they wish to refer to the resource, they should be made aware of the pattern of references. If you are using any other person work, any other person idea, so you must be thankful, you must be presenting their name, you must be mentioning their name, and there is a pattern of mentioning their name. Next is the cyberbullying. So cyberbullying means it is the act of harming or targeting a person by another person using the internet in a deliberate manner. Means if you are getting a tracking message with the help of the mail, or someone is spreading rumors about the person by the mail or the social networking sites, or with the help of the videos, photos, or you are if you are hurting someone, so you are obviously bullying a person. This type of bullying, if it is done with the help of the internet, that is called the cyberbullying. Now what steps we should take to prevent this cyberbullying? We should do not disclose our identity to the unknown persons. We should restrict your online profile to be checked by the trusted person, not by all the public. If you are cyberbullied by someone, you have to do not remain silent. You have to take the action against it, and do not be repulsive in your language, rather block the communication, right? So we have to be very careful. We have to take the help. We have to talk to our parents if we are facing any problem which is related to cyberbullying. Next topic is phishing. What is phishing? Phishing is basically the act of sending email to a user, misleading him to believe that it is a form of a trusted person. You are getting the mails from various organizations and you are believing that that is the correct or the trusted organization from where you are receiving these mails, but it might be possible that someone is sending you the mail and someone is trying to mislead you, right? So the user is asked to visit a website where he is supposed to update or validate his personal details such as username, credit card details, right? In this way, the operators of the fake website steals your identity and commit the crime in your name. If you are visiting any of the website and that website is not fake, what they are doing, they are recording your name, your details, and then after for the letter use, they are using your name and in the crime, right? And they are committed the crime with your name. Now what are the ways to prevent this phishing? There are some possible ways. So first is we have to identify the suspected phishing email that come from the unrecognized sender. We have to guard against them and do not click on the link or the download files or open attachments in email from the unknown senders. The senders which you don't know, you don't need to open that email, you don't need to find the download the PDFs which you are getting through the mails. We have to be aware about the links in the email which we are getting. We should not fill the details in that forms. We have to enhance the security of the computer by protecting it with the help of the firewall, spywall, spam filter, antivirus, and we have to check your online accounts and bank statement regularly to ensure that no unauthorized transactions are made, right? So we have to take care of these things as well. Next topic is hacking. Hacking is the illegal intrusion into a computer system, and it is highly technical people who secretly break down the computers to steal the important data. They are not only stealing the important data but also hack the application and website to change their program logic. They are tampering the data. They are tampering the, if they tamper your important information, then whether it will going to be useful, I don't think so it will going to be useful. So they are going to change your information basically. But if the hacking which is done for the good cause such as national security etc., it is known as ethical hacking, right? So there is a one equivalent term which is also used for hacking, that is cracking. Crackers are the technical pupils who are expert in breaking into the system and steal the important data such as financial details or the password. Sometimes they use the keylogger for this purpose. So hacking is clear. Now what are the ways to prevent this hacking technique? Right, we have to update our password periodically. We have to keep secret our password, right? Update the operating system and the software frequently. We have to avoid using the open Wi-Fi because with the help of the Wi-Fi, hackers are easily steals the information and download the inappropriate content. And never store your credit card information on a website. Always you have to enter the data whether you are using your personal laptop or you are using any public places for using the internet. After that, the next unethical problem is that is the spamming. Spamming is a form of emails which is used to send to a different email account in general, advertising about a product or the services it is getting. Spamming in which you are getting the mails in a bulk. I mean, spams are the unwanted mails which are comes from the unknown sources. They are generally sent in large number, like Flipkart, Amazon. They are sending the mails in a large quantity. In the bulk, they are sending the emails to the customer for the discount offer, for different advertisement purpose, right? But the spam attackers keep sending the mails and they want to fill your mail server server till it gets full. This practice is known as mail bombing. This definition is important definition. Mail bombing is important term. Now how to identify this mail is spam or not? If there is no to or CC field in the email address, that means that form of mail is considered as a spam mail. And some spam contains offensive language or the links to the website with the inappropriate content, right? So now what are the steps we have to take to prevent this spamming, right? So we have to install the spam filtering or blocking software. We have to use what? We have to reject all the instant messages from the person who are not in your contact list and consider disabling the email client preview pane and review reading emails in the plain text. If you suspect that any email is a spam, do not respond or just delete it. Okay. So these are the steps which you need to prevent from the spamming. Next topic is individual right to privacy. Privacy is one of the major concerns because we are sharing the data with each other. So the right to privacy may be defined as a claims of an individual, groups or institution to determine when, how and what extent of information about them could be communicated to others. There is some limitation that there are some limitations at your home as well. How much data you are allowed to share with your friends? Like you are not allowed to share your credit card details, your another personal detail with your friends. So there must be some limit. There must be some extent. Privacy issue comes into the picture when personal information is collected, used, shared without the consent of the authorized person. Suppose that you are sharing your friend business account detail to the another person which is who is unauthorized. So that is not allowed, right? So we have to be concerned that with whom we are sharing our details. Now what are the steps to protect this privacy? Be careful while sharing your personal information. We have to be careful while sharing our personal information. Never share your login credentials with anyone. Delete any sensitive data that is not in use. Never click on a link that is sent to the via text or the email from the stranger. And protect your online privacy by disabling the cookies. Cookies is a text file which is storing the data whatever we are filling in a form. So basically you have to lock your system whenever you are not using it. When you are leaving your system, you have to do what? You have to just turn off your system or you have to just shut down your system at that time. Next topic is software piracy. Software piracy means making a copy of a software, illegal copy, that is known as a software piracy. A license or copyright is required to copy the genuine program of someone else. Now you encourage software piracy when you purchase a single license copy of the software and look into the several computers contrary to the license term. This is called soft lifting. And you make the unauthorized copy of the copyrighted software, distribute them. You install unauthorized copy of the software on the hard disk. You make the unauthorized selling of the software for temporary use or sell or buy the software. Now what are the steps which we need to prevent from the software piracy? Buy the licensed copy of the software. The software is available online. Download it directly from the manufacturing site and register the software to avoid the soft lifting. So these are the major prevention steps we need to take at the time when we are doing the software piracy. We always use the licensed software at the time when we are purchasing it. Okay. So I hope you must be understood about what is cyberbullying, hacking, spamming and how we should do the safe searching. So we should not share our password and other detail. Now you have to write all the green boxes in which let's know more and know the fact are mentioned in your book of the page number 135 and 137 in your notebook. And thank you so much.